Ms. Shead,
Yes.
you may proceed.
Hello, my name is Taylor Shead. I'm a proud Dallas ISD industry partner and the founder and CEO of STEMuli Education. I'm here standing for communities of color who have been and still are marginalized, overlooked, and underserved. I'm here standing for Conrad Collegiate Academy students Mohammed, Warda, Twa, Amber, and Miguel, and students all across our state who have dreams of using their education to make a better life for themselves and their families. Students like my mother, who grew up in a 2-bedroom house with 9 family members and who used 2 railroad nails in her walls as a closet for 3 dresses. She now owns a real estate brokerage in Plano, Texas. Many people would say she made it out, but many in her community did not and still don't. My mother knew and instilled in me that education is the only thing that has allowed her to break out of the cycle of poverty, which has allowed me to break into spaces that have historically excluded people who look like me. I believe education grants access to economic opportunity that allows all students to overcome any odds stacked against them. I'm here today to share my observations as an industry partner and as an individual who spent over 100 hours serving on the Dallas ISD Technology Planning Committee. Declining levels of state financial support push district leaders to make decisions on non-negotiable student needs to fit a budget versus creating a budget that reflects preparing our students for college and the workforce. My recommendation is for this committee to research the true cost of providing a high-quality education to our students, then to take action to increase the basic allotment so the state is able to provide a suitable free public education to young Texans. Additionally, special student populations and students of color must be provided adequate resources to both overcome systemic barriers to success and to thrive at levels similar to those of their more affluent counterparts. Policies should be implemented to increase funding for early childhood education, and it should be supported through an update to the CEI and the weight system to provide an equitable education to all. The effects of inaction have already been proven. Although Dallas and Houston rank among the top U.S. metro areas for employment growth, the cities have some of the highest concentrations of poverty in the nation. If the finance system is not updated, it will continue to negatively impact Texas-based businesses who are unable to source skilled workers, and it will hold back Black and brown communities that represent a large and growing pool of these potential skilled workers. Stand with me and the 60 Dallas ISD industry partners who have recognized that an investment in K-12 education is necessary for our collective prosperity. And stand with me and communities of color and make a commitment through policy that demonstrates your belief in their worth and their ability to succeed at the same rates as their white counterparts. I am proof that students who look like me can make something of themselves given the opportunity to achieve. The question is, are you going to give them a fair chance to break out so their children can break in? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shead. Is there any questions for her? Representative Bernal.
Thanks for being here. You said 2 things that I wanted to just get more information on. You said non-negotiable student needs, you use that phrase, and you use the phrase adequate resources to both overcome systemic barriers to success and thrive at similar levels. And just based on what you've seen and the time you spent, what are those things? Give us some examples of what those are, where the non-negotiables have been sort of pushed aside, and also what resources you think our folks need to compete with everybody else, knowing that innately we can.
Thank you for asking the question.
Sure.
The first thing is starting early with universal pre-K. The next thing that I've seen is I've been in rooms with district leadership and campus leaders who have specifically told me that when their budget comes out and there's cuts, they have to make a decision on whether they are going to hire, or they had to, let go of an instructional coach and counselors in order to bring technology and resources into their buildings. Additionally, if you talk to district leadership about professional development, their first mind goes to professional development around curriculum. But it has been proven that children from low-income areas come into the classroom with more trauma than other students. And so having school counselors that are equipped, and then also equipping our teachers. If we equip our teachers with adequate training to manage the classroom and to be able to understand what our children are going through, then we're going to be able to retain higher levels of teachers, higher quality of teachers, even though we still haven't made the necessary moves to pay them more. They would stay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair.